Hi guys, welcome back. I hope y'all are staying socially isolated and safe. Crazy times. In January, when the world was just starting to see the impact of this COVID-19 virus, my uncle, who builds chips for self-driving cars and cell phones, predicting that this pandemic in China was going to screw up the worldwide supply chain. Uh, okay, so I was like, what is a supply chain? A supply chain is all the companies and processes and linkages that come together to build and sell products. Apple has over 200 suppliers around the world that produce the things that go into its products. For the iPhone, the suppliers include 3M, an American company that provides the touch skin for the iPhone, which basically senses where the user taps on the screen, to Chengwei Precision in China that makes the lightning charging cables, to Nanya Technology in Taiwan that makes the memory for your iPhone, to Jabil Circuits, an American company with manufacturing in China that produces the iPhone cases, and so many other suppliers just for this small device. All of these companies are linked together and they need to coordinate with each other how much to build, where the parts need to go, and when they need to arrive. This coordination and linkages are so precise and are calibrated to the hour. The supply chain and the majority of the global supply chain is in China. So, back in January, when China started implementing quarantines and people in China were unable to work, China output was cut in half. And so, what does this mean? Axios, a news organization, reports that the supply chains of 75% of American companies were impacted by the decline in Chinese supplier output. If the components are not delivered on the right time and at the right quantities, then companies are unable to sell the product and make money. And boom. That, with the reluctance of consumers to buy products, contributed to the recent crash in the stock market. So let's get back to the supply chain for iPhone. There are a lot of companies that are involved in the building of our trusty device. Many companies put it together and many companies supply the components, the stuff that go into it. Like I said earlier, the glass, the touch membrane, the memory, the fingerprint scanners, and the face recognition chips. Now, all the stuff, the components that go into the iPhone, all that stuff is called the BOM. B-O-M, not a B-O-M-B, BOM. This stands for Bill of Materials. It's not a bill in terms of payment, but rather a list of things needed to build a product. So why is this important? This BOM is like the ingredient list in a recipe. It communicates to all of the people in the supply chain of what products are being used, the version, the specifications, the quantity, etc. Now the iPhone 11 retails for over $1,000, but the price of the iPhone 11 BOM is around $490. $73 for the triple camera lens. That's actually the most expensive part. The next most expensive BOM component is the touchscreen display, coming in at $66. The chip that runs the phone is $64, and the battery costs $10. How much does it cost to put these components together? Around $21 for each phone by a company called Foxconn, a Taiwanese company with manufacturing plants in China. How do we know this? There are companies/websites online that specifically do teardowns when a new product comes on the market. They basically take apart the phone to figure out the suppliers and technologies. Their link will be in the description. So if we do some simple math, $1,000 minus $490, which is $510 profit to Apple. Wow, that's some serious cash. So for the popular Apple product, the iPhone X, which, keep in mind, is $999 to buy, and has astonishing BOM price of around $370. The price for the BOM can vary with different amount of memory level, but still a lot less than the $999 that it costs. After Apple takes its revenue and subtracts the cost of the BOM, the total profit for them is around $729, which is the main reason why Apple is one of the biggest companies and is in the S&P 500. Don't worry though, it's not a complete scam, because not all of it goes to shareholders like me. Apple takes some of this profit and piles it back into the business. One major place is marketing and advertising. Those primetime commercials aren't free. Spend on online/social media ads on these fancy Apple stores with these genius bars. According to Apple's financial statements, sales and marketing comprises 6% of revenue. Additionally, research and development, the money that is spent on engineers who are building the next generation product, represented another 5% of revenue. Anyways, it's still a lot of cash, which is a pretty good reason why Apple is such a hot stock, is so profitable, and is one of the biggest companies around. I know it's a little all over the place, but my uncle and I were just shooting the breeze about how the world is so connected and why pandemics in one area of the world can affect people and markets on the other. But for now, stay safe and stay isolated. Thank you so much for watching, guys.